Watu wameongea sana kuhusu vile debate ya Martha Karua na Rigathi Gachagua ilienda, and a lot of people are saying different things about what happened on that date. And I came across a clip where Rigathi Gachagua actually lectured Martha Karua in a very simple language, and people are not speaking about it. A question came on what is state capture. And this is what Rigathi Gachagua had to say.
State capture. State capture is where the people in power compete with citizens for scarce resources, where the people in power use their position to advantage themselves to get business unfairly, where people in power allocate resources to projects where they have an interest.
Sijui kama umesikia hiyo definition. So Rigathi Gachagua says that this is what state capture is, and gives 3 different definitions. You know why? Kuna mtu anaweza kosa kuelewa definition ya kwanza kulingana na vile amesema, ama ameisinterpret in the wrong way. So he gives a second definition to give meaning to the first definition, so that kama ulikuwa umeelewa in a different way, uelewe uiweke in a certain line, so that uelewe vile yeye anamaanisha in the context in which yeye anaongea, and then gives another definition which is a definition that looks like an example to the first and second definition, so that uelewe zaidi. So he's speaking to a layman, a person who has never gone to class, and a person who has gone to class, so that all of them could be in the same page. As if that was not enough, Rigathi Gachagua continues to give an example of what state capture is. Listen in.
I have an example. In the year 20,
Akompaka na Kenya.
I want to tell you what is state capture and conflict of interest.
Yes.
This is Gazette Notice Legal number 1112.
So this is an example. This is an example this guy is giving. He's giving an example of when state capture happened in Kenya and how you detect that it is indeed a state capture. Now, check it.
26th June 2019.
Hiyo ndo date.
In the exercise of powers conferred by Section 106 of the Stamp Duty Act, the Cabinet Secretary of the National Treasury and Planning, on the recommendation of the Cabinet Secretary for Lands and Physical Planning, directs that the instruments
Kwanza unasikia the people who are giving those instructions, ama those who are giving those directives, are people in government and people who represent certain institutions within the government. What did they do? Continue, Gachagua. What did they do?
Executed in respect of the transactions relating to the merger of NIC PLC and Commercial Bank of Africa.
NIC PLC and Commercial Bank of Africa, that is CBA Bank. According to the small research yenye nimefanya na yenye I believe Rigathi Gachagua had done, CBA and NIC zilishikana, zikamerge, zikakuwa bank moja. And these banks, CBA is owned by one Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the President of the Republic of Kenya. Now, this is the person in power, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Amechukua bank inaitwa CBA Bank, ikakuwa yake, according to what some researchers say, that CBA Bank inakuwa owned by Uhuru Kenyatta. What did he do? Why did Rigathi Gachagua have to mention this CBA Bank? And why did he have to put in this as an example in a state capture, in an answer to what state capture is? Let's see.
Shall be exempt from the provisions of the Act.
Haya, sikia. The Act require that these companies should pay taxes, but they were exempted from paying taxes. How much? Pesa ngapi zilikuwa exempted?
A single signature. These 2 companies owned by the first family were exempted from paying 350 million.
Companies owned by the first family. Nimekuambia first family. Which is the first family in Kenya? We only have one first family, which is the Kenyatta family. So it is obviously owned by the Kenyatta family, and that is Uhuru Kenyatta and his family. So they were exempted from paying 350 million tax. Hawatakuwa kilipa taxes. So why? You are not offering an essential service. You are not offering a service that is so scarce to the people. There are other people who are offering the same service, but you select that from a government, from an economy that is shrinking, an economy that has a lot of debts. Then unasema these two banks owned by the first family, and the family has the sitting president, will not pay taxes. That is what is state capture according to Rigathi Gachagua. Skiza.
These are rich banks who have made money from domestic borrowing.
Okay.
They have lent money to government. They are in Fuliza. The owners are the richest people in Kenya. They were exempted from paying 350 million. Money.
So Uhuru takes the government. He is the leader of the government. Then instead of acting as an example to the Kenyans, instead of being number one in paying taxes to show how loyal he is to the country, he exempts himself from paying the same taxes, but says these two companies should not pay taxes. That is conflict of interest because the head of the government has commanded the cabinet secretaries who are heads of the ministries of the same government he heads, akawambia hii kampuni juni yangu should not pay taxes. That is an example of conflict of interest and what state capture generally is. The leader or the president, the person in power, uses that power to benefit himself, to put up laws or policies that are beneficial to himself, yet he has competitors who have to face the same law that the government is putting in place. But because you are in power anyway, you exempt yourself, you give yourself an upper hand. At the same time, our dear sister Mother Karua was given the same opportunity to answer the question of what state capture is. And this is what she had to say. This is what Mother Karua had to say on state capture.
I want to help Mr. Gachagua. State capture is the repurposing of the state to serve individuals rather than public good.
Hata sasa ni kusaidia Rigathi Gachagua ku understand that Rigathi Gachagua does not know. And then she says it is the repurposing of public resources to serve individual. Now that is a definition ya wale watu walikuanga wanashinda kwa class. I don't know whether you heard one of those people. Walikuwa wanapenda kusoma but haingii kwa kichwa, na ikiingia wana cram. And these people were bright. They could even become number 1 or number 2. These are the people in university education that get first class. But when you give them, they get first class because they crammed the definition. The definition yenye mwalimu alipeana, yenye the lecturer alipeana, these guys crammed. And so they don't know the actual, the broad meaning of something after the lecturer has explained. So they just cram, they don't know much. They don't know anything else apart from what the teacher said. So anakuja anapeana a very short definition, as if that definition see what Gachagua alikuwa amesema. Because in my own understanding, Gachagua alisema the people in power use their power to benefit themselves or to give themselves an upper hand. And then anakuja anasema sijui public resources zinatumika kuserve individual. What did we say? The ministry that deals with taxing people is a state resource, and the individual here is Uhuru Kenyatta. And what he has done is to exempt himself from paying taxes. What did she say after that?
And corruption cartels in this country, whoever they are, have strangled the country. I opened by saying Kenya can't breathe.
The same thing yenye Rigathi Gachagua alisema ndio mimi nasikia Martha Karua akirudia. So that means Rigathi Gachagua is a bright student who could not understand or who could not cram the actual line as given by the teacher, but understands the meaning, understands the details of that definition, the details he understands. But Martha Karua, for just ignorantly or just deliberately, anaamua kuondokea the meaning or the details of that definition and stick to the definition na hataki kuendelea kuongea kuhusu that state capture. The reason as to why alifanya hivyo, yeye ndiye anajua. I don't know. Me as Kim sijui. Yeye ndiye anajua. The reason as to why hataki kuingia sana about state capture, yet aliambiwa yeye ni government project, he's a project of Uhuru Kenyatta, she's a project of Uhuru Kenyatta together with his boss Raila Odinga, I don't know. But in this, I can tell you, Rigathi Gachagua beat Martha Karua. Sitaki kusema pants down, but alimgonga square proper. Alimgonga proper. I don't know what you understand by this. What is state capture? I want to see your definition in the comment section, your explanation and an example. Was Rigathi Gachagua right? Or was Martha Karua so inaitwaje kuongea mambo kwa kifupi, hautaki kuongea sana because probably you want to avoid the consequence or the questions that comes later. I want you to comment on this in the comment section. What do you think about this? Who was right? Who won that debate? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. Kim Explains. Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for watching this. Tupatane hapo kwa comment section. Subscribe kwanza, kama huja subscribe tafadhali subscribe kwanza. Subscribe.